Good morning. It is 9:03 on a Friday. I have to check my phone right now and make sure that it is Friday. Whenever it gets to December, time just flies by. I can't believe that 2019 is already almost over, and it's about to be 2020. But I'm excited. We're going to have an awesome show. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. We have a familiar friend in with his delicious concoctions and drinks, and he brought me a monster one. This is Nobilitea. If you've had Nobilitea, let me know. Sound off in the comments. I believe this one has a very cool name. We're going to get into it, and it has a lot of delicious caffeine, which I enjoy in the morning. And I'm going to let my guest, he's going to go ahead and introduce himself. We're going to talk a bit before we get on the FM. So what's up, man? How's it going?
Yeah, no, it's going really well. It's going. It's going.
You know, it's been better.
It's been a week. It has been a week. That's for sure.
Can you give me some background? We can talk about this later. What happened?
So for those of you that aren't aware, so we own a tea shop called Nobilitea, and on Monday, I guess it was Tuesday morning at 3:30 in the morning, our shop was broken into at 3:26 a.m. And two culprits, two guys, they tore apart our cash registers. They stole $400 in cash. They tried to break into our safe, but fortunately they weren't able to get into that. But it was definitely a traumatic experience.
And y'all have it all on camera. That's how you know. 3:26 a.m.
3:26, and that's when they would have broken in. The alarm went off at 3:27, which is when we got the call from the alarm company, and then they were gone probably by I think 3:32. I think 3:31, 3:32. They were out of the door.
Did they smash glass? Did they pry the door open? How'd they get in there?
They smashed glass. So it's actually very similar. I don't know if any of you guys have heard about, Little Bella Mia, or those break. It's identical. They smashed the small bottom window right to the left of the door, and they just crawled through. Apparently, we were talking to the police officers and the security people. They said that a lot of people are doing that now because there are no glass break sensors there. So, it's harder to get caught. Fortunately, we had glass break sensors on the top one, but we have motion detectors inside the building. So in addition with our cameras, we had the motion detectors, and that's kind of what set off the alarm was the motion.
So it's the motion. There was no glass break detection. Mm-mm. So they got in. Can you tell? These guys, do they seem like they're pros? Like, I don't know what the cops have said, or they just, I feel like if you break the glass, you're just kind of like an amateur, just like, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
But you're in and out. They're quick.
They were real quick. So I'm not sure. Part of me says, yes, they were amateurs. Because they didn't touch, and again, I guess I'm not a professional, burglar, so it'd be hard for me to tell what makes a professional versus an amateur.
It's good to know.
But they smashed the glass. They had some sort of equipment with them because the damage it's a pretty heavy duty steel safe, and they did some damage to it. So they've either done it before or I don't know, but they pried open our registers and took some cash.
Did they take any tea? Because that's, I'm going to be straight up. I'm not a thief. I'm not a burglar. But if I'm breaking in there, it's going to be for some of the tea.
Right. You don't want your Madonna.
100%. I'm grabbing some tea, and that's it. I'm be like, well, what? They're not open yet? What? It's 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I want my tea now. No, it's actually funny that you mentioned that. So every morning, or I guess every night, our night crew that's closing, they will set the tea of the day for the following morning on the counter, put all the energy, everything that we need to make it in the morning to make it easier for my mom or for myself. And so when we walked in, they hadn't touched anything. They could have trashed the place, which would have been awful. They could have brewed themselves a tea, which I thought would have been funny. But no, it would have been. But no, they didn't touch a single thing. I mean, less than 5 minutes. They were there literally for just cash.
Just for the cash, not even for the tea.
No.
Man.
It hurts my feelings a little bit.
It makes me think that it was not somebody who's been there before.
Well,
or what are you thinking?
Well, so looking at the camera, we're not sure. Because there was two guys. One of them, he crawled out first, but while he was crawling out of the small window like a toddler, the other one was kind of standing behind him, but he gave this look Kind of, he was looking around.
Like they knew where a camera maybe was?
I don't know if it was that. It was almost like a look of familiarity. Like he was, dare I say, remorseful for what he had just done. At least that's what the police kind of were thinking. And the officer that came in the morning, she was saying, it's a very thoughtful look that he gave. And not like, oh my gosh, he's so thoughtful. No, it's like he was thinking about what he had just done. So I don't know. It's kind of really scary to think that he had been there before, that we might know who did it.
Yeah.
They asked if we thought it was an employee. No, that's silly. None of our employees, past or present, would ever do that to us.
Yeah.
I would hope, but they would also know where the keys to the register or something like that are.
Yeah.
So
or they were really, really good. I think about
they
movies.
knew that we knew where the
it's like they're pros, but they wanted to make it look like it was amateurs.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
And they're covering their tracks, and you see those mainly Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Totally real life.
Yeah, no, it's just from the video alone, we know that it's not someone that we've seen or that we've employed before.
Yeah, I got you. All right, let's switch it on the FM. If you're hanging out with us on Facebook, feel free to share. If you're watching on Channel 46, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. It's 9:09 on a Friday. We're going to have some fun. I got my big boy drink right here. It's a Madonna tea, and I'm not ashamed to say I love Nobilitea. Here we go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. It's 9:09 on a Friday, and I have Nobilitea. I have Joel in studio. We're going to be talking about everything that's going on. I know the holiday season means events. It means foods, drinks, family time, and what does it mean to you?
I've always been, a huge fan of the holiday season and the Christmas season and all that. And for me, every time I think about it, it's almost a warm feeling. I love spending. My family is the number one thing in my entire life. I love being with them, and that's kind of what Christmas has always been for us traditionally. Time with my grandparents, with aunts, uncles, cousins, brother, and so it's a really great season. And we actually just decorated our house for Christmas. It's literally, if we could keep Christmas decorations up all year long, that would be the most ideal thing.
It would make life a lot easier. I have a confession. So my son's birthday's in November, had some people over, and there was a bag of Christmas lights on the back porch, taken down, of course, and in like a trash bag to the side, and everyone's like, oh, you're getting ready for Christmas? Well, yeah. I was like, yeah, that sounds way better. They had been sitting there since they were taken off the house.
Oh my
so for one full calendar year, sitting there in the backyard looking at a bag, and I was just like, didn't want to carry it. I don't know. I forgot they were there. But yeah, I wish I could just leave them up because it looks good.
It does.
It looks awesome.
It's a very welcoming, homey feel.
Yeah. Are you more, whenever you're decorating for Christmas, are you like the LED light kind of person, or like the white lights, or you want the classic lights?
So we are more like the classic white. We have in our store, this is for the very first time that in my life period that we've ever had a tree that has colored lights on it. Mm-hmm. But it's okay because it goes from colored to white. It like flashes a little bit.
Okay.
So, but traditionally, I am a white light person.
Is your Christmas tree up? Do y'all do a Christmas tree?
Mm-hmm. We do, yeah. It is up. We actually tried something new this year. So usually, so growing up, we had a fake tree. Mm-hmm. But in the past, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 years, we started getting real trees, and man, that's the way. It just makes the house smell so much better.
It's better, huh?
It's just more beautiful. But this year was something we tried totally new. We got a flocked tree.
Oh, that's whenever it's white.
It was sprayed with the white powder or
looks
whatever
like snow.
It is. Yeah, exactly. And just this past December, a year ago, we had a trip to Switzerland for my graduation party, and
that sounds awesome, by the way.
It was,
yeah.
But it was definitely, it made my mom and I super emotional to kind of have that snowy looking tree that reminded us of such a great time.
Mm-hmm. Whenever I got married, I wanted a real tree. My wife grew up, I guess they had fake trees all the time, and I think to prove a point, she decided she wasn't really going to help me, with anything. So I'm like carrying in a tree. Not that she could have, helped how much, and I would have had her do that. But man, it made so much of a mess. And she was like, okay, there's needles. You need to sweep it all up and do that. And then whenever I had to get rid of the tree, like carry it to the side of the road, goodness. I was over it. I spilt water because, we tried to water the tree as much as we could. And the next year, I was like, we can get a fake tree. You win. I understand. And here's what happened. So we've had the same fake tree for 3 years, and it's pre-lit.
Okay.
and which is great because you just kind of plug it in and it works. But some of the lights were out, like in a whole middle thing, and I was like, oh man, now we got to go buy this sounds like more work for me.
Right.
But what I suggested, I was like, why don't we just get some lights and just add it in to where it is, and you can like strategically place ornaments. And she was like, okay, but next year we're getting a real tree. So it actually looks okay. It looks
nice.
good.
Nice.
It looks good. So, what about like ornaments? If you have like the white traditional, in your flock, what kind of ornaments? Is it all colors or is it mainly themed?
So it's I don't know. We try and collect ornaments kind of everywhere we travel or everywhere we go. So color is not really something we take into consideration with ornaments because they're more memories than they are anything else.
That's what I like too.
Yeah.
Just random.
So like there's like some A&M ones. I have there's a U of H one. There's some golfer ones because my dad and I are huge golfers. We have a T one because gotta have a T one.
Of course.
But yeah, for all the trips we've had. So we have things loaded with memories. So those kind of themselves are more colorful, I guess, just when we purchase them. So that's kind of what we go with.
How about at the store? Do y'all have it decorated in there, and were you able to? I guess they didn't touch anything.
Yeah, no, I would have been so angry with them if they touched our Christmas decorations. We have a beautiful Christmas tree. It's a fake Christmas tree, but we have like little ornaments, and they're actually the clear little plastic ornaments you can get from like Michael's.
Yeah.
And we had our employees. We've done it. We did it last year, so they're from last year. We haven't done it in our store yet. But all of our employees from last year decorated their own Christmas ornament, so it's kind of more personal.
Yeah.
We had an amazing customer that actually knit us some little ornaments to for each of the employees as well. So we have those on the tree.
Cool.
We have stockings for each and every one of the employees. So
yeah. Whenever you say the clear ornament, were they coloring on the outside or putting stuff on the inside?
They used like a paint pen.
Okay.
On the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife has done that with our kids to where, put the year, the name, and then it kind of goes on the tree. So those are really cool memories that you can use for forever, really,
right,
if you want to. So, yeah, Christmas is awesome. There's a lot of like vendor events where you can get all your Christmas shopping done.
Oh, yeah.
Are y'all doing any cool stuff like that?
Yeah, we actually are. This upcoming Sunday, actually, Sunday the 8th, we are having a sip-in shop with Santa. So Santa's gonna come to Nobilitea, and you can take pictures with him. And we have 15 or 16 different vendors that are gonna come to the store as well. So we have a whole section of the parking lot that's gonna be blocked off, and everyone is gonna set up there, and we're gonna be for handing out free mulled wine. So we have a mulled wine herbal tea, and so we have we messed with it a little bit last night. We came up with a really good recipe for that we're gonna be handing out for people to sip and shop and have a good time with your family.
Do y'all have any room for more vendors?
Right now, not really. We are very full. 15 we were actually looking to keep it around 12. But we found 3, amazing more. So
it's like we could find some room.
We found some room. Yeah, we definitely did. But we are pretty much at capacity right now.
Yeah. Anytime we bring up a vendor event, people reach out. Is there room for me there? Because there's a lot of cool places around here, and people can get their shopping done and also show off their cool products they have too, which is pretty cool. I think it's cool whenever businesses do it. I've even seen like restaurants do it, even if it's almost a conflict. They're like, well, we sell some stuff that's kind of similar, but it's not. It's a little bit different.
Exactly.
Just to welcome them in and make something cool happen.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot. It's a super diverse set of vendors. So we have a lady that does, special brownie, like different kinds of like deluxe brownies. Mm-hmm. We have a lady that's doing, cookies, and we have a amazing woman that's doing like woodwork and yard art, things like that. Handmade soaps and hand dipped candles and homemade, washing. There's a whole bunch of different really cool things. We have a lady that's doing like eyelashes, like beauty things. There's what else is there? Goodness. U.S. born books. Those they're coming to for like children's books and things like that. Another great present for kids that love to read.
Yeah, cool. I'm actually getting a text right now. There's a local author, and he wrote a book, and it's like they said probably like 7 to like teen, like 14 or 15. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. But here's the interesting thing. So I'm trying to bring him in next week, and I don't want to say his name yet because So he has a name. It's a first name. Let's call him Chris.
All right.
Yeah. His name is Chris. And then I was like, okay, so what's your last name? How is it looking? You know, I'm trying to build the calendar and some other stuff. And he said, and I'm going to make up another name. Well, let's just say, he said, oh, I'm going to use a name that somebody else's. He was like, J.J. Abrams. I was like, wait, so what do you want to go by? Do you want to go by Chris or do you want to go by he's like, well, that's who the book is by. So it was just interesting.
Oh, he has like a pen name.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
So I was like, well, who's coming in studio to talk to me? J.J. Abrams or Chris?
Yeah.
You know, like, and he was like, oh, no, Chris is coming. So Chris is going to come and talk about J.J. Abrams. I said, all right, let's go. Let's
Sounds
go.
like fun.
Yeah, it's because I've had some authors in, but they've all used their name.
Right.
But I think that's really cool.
It is cool.
A pen name.
Yeah.
And it's not like for that children's book and the style, that name works.
Okay.
That he's using
Yeah.
better than Chris. This book's by Chris.
Yeah. But
No.
Chris, no.
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams sells.
I'm buying that book.
There you go.
I'm going to get that book right there. It's going to be a movie. I'm buying the book before it turns into a movie.
There you go.
It's usually the other way around.
And you have the opportunity to get it signed while he's here.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It's worth even more.
It's going to be good. Hey, right now it's 9:19 a.m. It's a Friday morning, so this is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. If you're watching on Facebook, feel free to share this out. Let me know, have you been to Nobilitea? And also, did you hear what happened to Nobilitea over this week? I don't think we've talked about this since we've been on the FM too much. So y'all have been through it. You know, as a homeowner, a business owner, it's one of the most violating things that can happen. Somebody breaks in to your place. So how did y'all find out? Whenever somebody showed up in the morning?
No, fortunately. So we have our security company ADT, and so once the alarm went off, it happened at 3:26. The alarm went off. Then we got the call from ADT saying, "Hey, is everything okay?" Well, no, everything's not okay. It's 3:30 in the morning. We're not at the store.
Yeah.
This is an emergency.
Yeah.
So the police were able to be called because there was also some weird things that went on because they called my dad. He's the contact for it, and it was a random 1-800 number at 3:30 in the morning. So he didn't answer the first time.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he heard the message, and then they called back, and he said, "No, this is an emergency. Please call the police." But they called the non-emergency number.
Oh man,
which is not awesome.
I'm tagging ADT. Somebody needs to hear this.
Yeah. Apparently that's their protocol. Whenever no one answers the phone, they just call the non-emergency. But I would think logically, if I'm not answering the phone, it is an emergency.
At 3:30 in the morning.
At 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'd also think that if, the alarm's going off, they would be able to directly see, the store feed where someone just broke our front window and two guys crawling in. That's probably not an owner or an employee.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, none of that happened. So my dad hung off the phone with them. He had to call 911 himself. And then they got there. The constables showed up as well, and they destroyed our registers, our point of sale. They took about a little less than $400. They tried to break into the safe, and all of this in and out under 5 minutes.
5 minutes
in and out.
Did the cops say, is that pretty average? Like if somebody comes and breaks into your business, they're in and out. Like it's crazy quick.
I have no doubt. I'm sure that's probably close to it. But also you have to think our alarm system is not quiet. So once the alarm went off after that 1 minute delay period, you can't hear yourself think. It's
Let's
so
go.
loud. So I'm sure all they're thinking is we got to go.
Yeah.
So they took what they could out of the registers. They either they didn't have time or they were unable to break into the safe. So either way, one where it could have been a lot worse. Like you can put it that way, but it's still kind of demoralizing.
Are the cops, the police officers, and I support the police officers. I was actually having a conversation with my son on the way to school this morning, and he was like, there is an officer that had somebody pulled over on the side of the road, and it was in a really weird situation, so we were trying to avoid and move away, and so we were having a conversation about it. I was like, he's just doing his job. It's a good thing.
Right.
But are they hopeful? Did they say like, hey, we can maybe find these people, or we'll keep looking, or probably not?
The reality is probably not.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't touch it, like I said, other than the registers themselves, and they are also probably wearing gloves if they're using crowbars or whatever. The reality is, though, they probably won't, unless they were to be found that day in the same clothing. I'm not terribly hopeful. I know we got a call and a visitation from a lady that also owns another local business. She's in Baffle, and I'm forgetting the name of her store right now.
Mm-hmm. What kind of is it? Is it food or drink?
Yeah, it's food. It's not little Bellamy. It's another one.
But they got broken into.
They got broken into. Same style as the three of us. Were very similar. And she also got a description on her place. The people that broke into her store.
Wow.
So they're not sure.
Yeah, because I saw Little Bella Mia. They released some of that footage.
Yeah.
And you can see somebody like banging the register, like trying to get some cash out.
Yeah.
And just to go. Did y'all release any footage? I didn't see it.
We did not release any footage. We kind of wanted to see. We talked to the police about it, and they took the footage, and we felt like that's that they're gonna do what they're gonna do.
And here's a comment from Lori. She said Red Oak.
Red Oak, yes.
The League City spot or the Alvin spot? Because they just opened an Alvin.
I think it was the League City one.
Okay. Yeah, I've been there before. They have delicious pancakes.
Yes.
They have really good pancakes. The ones I ordered, and I'm like a sucker for if I think it's like limited time or like, oh, that sounds crazy. Let me try that. You're going to put like caramel chocolate in.
Yeah.
Give me the works.
I've heard nothing but incredible things about Red Oak. I haven't had. That's not true. We've been there once. We went to the one in League City, and it was really, really good.
Yeah. The only thing I would say is that they're the hours but that's what they are. It's like breakfast and brunch and lunch and then that which is cool. If that works for you, but it'd be like I want pancakes at 7. 7 at night.
I want pancakes at 2 a.m.
Exactly. So, shout out to Red Oak, Little Bella Mia, and, at Nobilitea as well. I think it's important for us as a community to support, well, first of all, places you like, locally owned businesses. And then whenever you see somebody going through something, it's like, hey, well, you know what? There's bad people out there, but we can just step up and, show some extra support that we care.
And that's definitely one thing that the community has been absolutely incredible. The support that we've gotten from all of our customers, from people coming through the drive-through saying, we're so sorry. Literally, we've had several customers actually bring my mom flowers because they felt so bad that it happened. It's the small things like that they really go a long way to us, and they mean the world to us. And
Here's a comment from Brenda. She said, I stopped by on my way into work in the mornings. Everyone is always so sweet and friendly.
Oh, yeah.
Brenda probably brought flowers, too. I feel like Brenda's like, yeah, that was me. Guilty. That's cool.
Yeah.
And, you know that you're making a difference in people's lives whenever they kind of show that support as well.
Yeah, which is incredible. To go from my mom was in education for 17, 18 years. And, just at the kind of pivot because she just wasn't happy anymore. And all of a sudden now she sees all these people every day. She's touching lives. They're touching her. It's really, really neat to be a part of something like that.
Yeah. Hey, how was your Thanksgiving?
Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
What do y'all normally do, like traditionally?
Well, so usually we just have some family over. We do a turkey. My dad does. He put it in the oven this year. Traditionally, we've actually gone to my grandparents' house, but they're a mile away from our house, so we decided to host it. Yeah,
flip a coin. Yeah.
We decided to host this year, and it was really cool. And my dad, he did an oven roasted turkey. I smoked a turkey, which is actually really funny. It's my first time ever smoking a turkey myself. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you saw the picture in the Bay Area, Houston food lovers, but it was a picture of a turkey that I would presume just got out of a smoker, and it looks like it's in a leather jacket.
Black, yes. I saw the leather jacket
turkey. You saw the leather jacket turkey.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Mine looked like the leather jacket turkey. And I didn't see that picture before, so I wasn't sure what to expect. So when I opened the thing, it was pitch black. I was like, no, I just ruined this turkey. It's going to be awful. And what's worse was, they tell you to smoke it for around like 30 minutes for every pound. Mm-hmm. Well, it was an 11-pound turkey. It was a pretty good sized turkey. So I'm like, all right, it's going to take about 5 hours. So we were going to eat at 1, so I put it in around 7, and it was ready by like 9:30.
And you were taking the temp. Is that how you kind of be able to see?
Yeah, I actually got this like really fancy little meat thermometer that like you can constantly monitor it.
The whole time.
You keep it in, and you can look at it.
I didn't know if you had to take like a chisel and then you're like trying to get that thermometer in there, like through the leather jacket. But is this supposed to look that way, or they can?
It's supposed to, apparently.
Okay, but once you crack it
once
open,
you take the skin off, it was this beautiful smoky, and I put this like butter, and I had a whole bunch of seasonings, and I put like underneath the skin. It was phenomenal. But I was terrified when I opened it and saw that. I was like, it's ruined.
Thanksgiving is ruined.
What have I done?
Yeah, y'all made me do this. I didn't want to smoke. It's like, yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever had fried turkey?
I've not had fried turkey before.
It's good. You know,
is that what y'all do?
Well, some years at my like whenever I was living at home, my dad would fry a turkey at times, and I would always beg him to, because like in cartoons where you see Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck, one of those guys, and they take a big old piece of juicy chicken and they take a bite. That's what fried turkey tastes like to me. When I see like the cartoon eating it, I'm like, that looks so good. I wish I could hop in the TV and take a bite. That's what fried turkey tastes like to me. The first time I had it, it has a lot of like that juiciness that, oven roasted turkey is good and smoked turkey, but I like the darker meat.
Sure.
Because I think it's a little bit more juicy than like the white meat.
Right.
But yeah, it's delicious. I didn't have any fried turkey this year, but I'm down for like a fried turkey today.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure turkeys are on sale now.
Yeah, they are.
But no, I've just heard a ton of like really nightmare stories about people that do it wrong, or it's still a little frozen and it just explodes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to mess with that right now.
Yeah, I have seen some videos on social media where it's like a little explosion, but
right.
I don't know. My dad, he did it outside. I saw a video of somebody doing it inside, and people were like, "That's not a good idea.
Bold move."
Yeah, that's not smart.
That's not intelligent.
So yeah, Thanksgiving, I was out of town, and where we ate, there was like a Thanksgiving buffet, and it was like really nice. And I like buffets. My wife doesn't really like them, but this one was really good. I just they run out of food and they bring more. And so it's like a matter of self-control and food. And sometimes, us as Americans aren't the best at that. But let's just say I had a really good time.
Okay. Where'd y'all go?
South Carolina.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You said you're a big golfer.
Yeah.
I'm not. I've never golfed in my life one time. But my brother-in-law and my father-in-law, they enjoyed a golf. And out there, like KHEA, I believe is what it's called. And there's like the PGA Championship 2021. There's signs as you go in there, and there's golf courses everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, I should learn, but where we go and eat is like there's golf courses like all like around it, and there's people that are playing, and so my kids they go outside and run, and I'm just like, stay out of the golf, I went to that same place like 3 years ago, and there was like a club and like a driving thing right there, and I was like, no one's looking. So that was like my first time to ever swing, and I'm like, oh yeah, growing up like playing baseball and everything, I'm like, I'm gonna kill this ball, boom,
yeah,
and it's like the ball goes pink. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, no, I also grew up playing baseball, but I played as early as I possibly could, all the way through 5th grade. Because my brother was he played through high school. He could have played in college, but he kind of got a little worn out, and I looked up to him so like I wanted to be just like him, and but I hated it. Like I wanted to be it, but I didn't like it. I loved the games. I loved the competition. I hated practicing. And then I played football my fifth grade year, and then I hated that worse because then now not only do I have to practice with a bunch of mean people, everyone's also yelling at me, and I am a very emotional person, and I don't take being yelled at very well.
Yeah. Can you just say that, but say it like stop yelling? What, really?
Bring it down a little bit.
I'll understand it better.
No, so yeah, that was a rough year, but my parents, I wanted to quit that more than anything. My parents made me stay in. Because this is teach yourself to follow through on things, and it was a great lesson. But man, I despised it.
Yeah.
So much to the point where I was just talking with my dad about this the other day. I don't know if you remember the show Friday Night Lights on TV. Mm-hmm. My parents used to watch that, and that was right around the time that I was in 5th grade. That was still on TV, and I couldn't watch that show because it made me so anxious.
They're yelling at the kids. Yeah. Do you not see this?
Do you not get it?
Feel like relating with why is he yelling?
Yeah.
Come on.
So then I picked up golf after that. And
so like in junior high?
Yeah, sixth grade, and it was actually my dad went on for like a work trip, but it was here in Houston. So he was like, "Hey, you're not in school. Let's go play." And he for some reason thought I was okay at it, so I just kind of continued, and I actually loved golf.
Yeah, it seems like a cool sport to play. Like, and I guess to keep up with on your phone, but like I've been in places, I'll walk up like, oh, that's a good hit. Like, oh, is he going to make it? Like the anticipation. It's like there's moments.
There are moments, for sure.
And it seems like I don't know what they call it, but during a tournament, they'll go from like, this person's about to swing. This person's about to swing. It's like, there's a million people in this tournament. And everybody only cares about like two, the most popular people. So I don't know. But a lot of business deals get done on the golf course. And that's probably why it's important to know how to play.
Might be a good idea.
Yeah, just to pick it up, go swing the old club. And
there you go.
But, yeah, that probably won't happen. Hey, it's 9:33. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. We're going to take a quick break on the FM. We're going to keep it going on Channel 46 and also on our Facebook stream right here. Here we go. I just changed the clocks today. I was kind of procrastinating as far as Christmas music here on KHEA. So are you a big Christmas music fan? And if you are, when do you start listening to it?
Oh, a lot of people are about to judge me. I adore Christmas music. It get to the point where I think October 1st hit. No. Okay. To preface it though, I didn't start listening to legitimate with actual lyrics until December 1. But
instrumentals,
I was listening to Christmas jazz and stuff while I was studying. That was definitely the way to go. I loved that.
Okay, so Christmas jazz music from October 1.
Yeah.
November 1. December 1 hits and you can bring the lyrics.
I bring the lyrics and that's when I go to Spotify, I go to the Christmas classics, Christmas pop, all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you listen to? Is there some artist you go for, or are you just a mix, or is it mainly that jazz kind of Christmas music?
I really only listen to jazz to if I'm either trying to study or pay attention to what I'm doing, but want something in the background. No, I kind of listen to a little bit of everything. I love the oldies, all the old Christmas songs. I love you gotta love Mariah Carey, right? Love her to death. So I don't think there's. Oh, there's the guy, Michael Bublé.
Bublé, yeah.
Yeah. Love him too.
Yeah, that's cool. Here we have a mix. There's some Christian artists, and then we have I have some Elvis Christmas that I put in here.
Oh yeah.
Beach Boys Christmas, just because I think it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a mixture, and then people will send me some albums sometimes oh, you should put this in there. I'm maybe I will. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
I don't know. You can but Spotify, Apple Music, you can literally pull up anything you want.
Yeah, and that's really what we do because we use Spotify in the store because we just have a Bluetooth speaker. So we just play it through our store phone and whatever Spotify is hitting at the moment.
Yeah, I got sent this. It's Lincoln Brewster. He's a great guitar player.
Okay.
But he came out with it's a mostly acoustic Christmas, and he has a Charlie Brown song on here. Yeah, Linus and Lucy, the instrumental, and so. It's his version of it, but that's a jam. So I have this on a Charlie Brown Christmas, the whole album on here as well, because I was oh, it's different.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's a sick guitar player. He has his own, the Lincoln Brewster Fender model,
Yeah.
So I can get down on some of that. What about the Christmas movies? You the claymation ones and all that?
I watched one the other day, but only because it was on TV and I was too lazy to change it. I was sitting at our dinner table I was writing something, a paper or something like that, and Rudolph came on. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Loved that one. I thought they're kind of creepy growing up.
Yeah, me too. I didn't like them.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch real cartoons. Was my thing. I was I want to watch something else.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's really tough. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite Christmas movie, so is it called The Santa Claus with Tim Allen?
The Santa Claus. That's perfect. I love that one.
Yeah. That may be my favorite.
Okay. That's what my girlfriend's favorite is the Santa Claus. But
what's yours?
I love them all. There's different categories, right?
Sure.
There's Christmas humor, there's Christmas serious, My favorite Christmas humor movie, Christmas comedy, Elf. Love it. Adore it. It's so quotable. It's awesome. Then for my favorite, Christmas movie to kind of hit you in the feels a little bit, it's one that my family has always watched together. It's called The Family Man. Have you heard of that with Nick Cage and Tia Leone? I've
heard of it, but I'm not recalling it.
Right.
I don't know if I've seen it.
If you want a good cry, watch it.
The Family Man?
The Family Man.
I'm writing it down.
It's on Stars if you have Stars.
Okay.
No, it's the premise of it is it's this super successful businessman on Wall Street. He has this girlfriend, and he has the chance when they're in college, when they were dating, he has the chance to either go to London, pursue his career, or stay back in New York and be a broker with his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
He chooses
the career.
He chooses the career,
of course.
But then flash forward, I think it's like 8 years, something like that, and he's killing it on Wall Street now, and she's a super successful lawyer, but he gets this opportunity. He runs into I don't know if it's like a mystical being. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's the guy that gives him what's called a glimpse. He's like, this is what could have been, what you could have had, and it's him with her and this family, and he starts to realize I don't have it all after all. It's super.
Does he give him the chance to go back and do it again?
Yeah. Well, no, not go back and do it again, but it's
make up for.
It makes him realize that's the path that he should have taken. So he ends up meeting with. I don't want to spoil the movie if you're gonna watch it, but it's cute. My dad sobs like a baby every single year.
Yeah.
Without fail. He knows how it's going to end. He sees every year. Always cries.
Some of my favorite, so TV series that I've watched growing up, when they have like their Christmas episode, it's always, a week or two before.
Right.
And I always enjoyed those, like the Christmas. So I'm a big Superman fan. So growing up, I watched, it was the New Adventures of Lois and Clark with like Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher. And the Christmas episodes, I was like, these two just need to work it out. Like even as a kid, it's like 7 or 8 years old. I just love Superman. And then, Smallville. So I was whenever I got into high school, and even, that show was on for 10 years. Those episodes, there was one called Lexmas, where it was showing if like this whole different thing. It was like a vision that Lex Luthor had, what he could have if he made the right decisions in life, and he was, had the girl, had the family and everything else, and was friends with Clark, but Clark was someone. It was a really cool episode. I could go watch it today. I could watch it anytime.
Is that the show that's based on like what ifs? Like what if this happened? I've heard of another show recently where people are watching it. I don't know if rewatching it, but it's like a similar thing. I don't know if it's just Marvel or a bunch of other things.
Is it a superhero thing?
I think so.
So actually, I had someone tell me about a show where it's like, what if the Russians had got to the moon first?
Okay, that's exactly what I'm thinking. That's it. Yeah.
What's the name of that show? I know you're watching, but they said it's on. I didn't know Apple had a streaming service. They said that it launched around the same time that Disney Plus did.
Oh, okay.
And that's what it's on. It's on Apple streaming.
Actually, I did see that Apple have a streaming service because they had a show that's just loaded with cast members, like just huge names. I was like, that might be interesting to watch just because there's a bunch of people in it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But that's when I saw it was an advertisement for their streaming service.
Yeah. So the person told me, they're like, yeah, it's like a what if, the Russians got to the moon first, like in, whatever year it was. And he's like, it's all made up, of course. And I was like, wait, really? I was like,
yeah,
it's not real?
Oh, good. I was worried.
Thank goodness. I thought it was real. And then the other thing about that, whenever you start a show, like, I know it won't run forever,
sure,
but potentially it could. You know what I mean? It's like they're like 50, 60, 70 years behind, and it's like, all right, we're going to be in the year 3000, and they're still 70 years behind us or whatever. It's just funny.
Yeah, there's always what ifs that you can test.
Yeah, and they get I'm sure they could get really weird, really weird. Hey, so after this song, we can go back on the FM and hang out and talk about everything else. So yeah, holiday times are cool. All the special like Christmas, even like concerts that they air on TV are fun.
Right.
I remember like the parade. Do you watch any of the parades and stuff?
I'll be honest with you, no. I think they're terribly boring.
Yeah, I don't either. But my wife, they did like growing up, so that's like a thing. What about like I don't know if this is bad, but do you like watching fireworks?
I do.
Okay. I'm like, okay, like I see like the first one and I'm like, oh, that's cool. But I know some people are like, I love fireworks. I think it needs music with it.
Are you talking about fireworks on TV or fireworks in real life?
In real life.
Oh, yeah, I love watching fireworks.
Yeah.
But my problem is they only last like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So
It's like, I know that was like $50,000.
oh yeah,
Fireworks.
that literally just exploded in the air.
Funny. But yeah, like parades, like on TV, or I know they had like some parades here, and that's cool. Like the community feel, like,
Right.
Lamar,
Absolutely.
Texas City, like
Yeah.
those are fun. And
But like the large ones, like
the
in
Macy's?
New York, I just don't. I don't
well,
know.
I want to see the highlights. Like I want to see a crazy balloon in the air, and then like, okay, that's cool. But being there would be awesome. I assume.
Speaking of crazy, did you see the Snoopy NASA this year they had this year? It's pretty cool. Yes, Snoopy was in a whole like NASA outfit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like in the Macy's day?
Yeah, in the Macy's.
So that's cool.
It was pretty neat.
That's like, we can feel like that belongs to us,
Yeah.
being down here.
Exactly.
Y'all are on Space Center, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's pretty much the Nobilitea.
They may
float.
as well have just put the Nobilitea float because that's us.
That's right. All right, so let's see. Here we go. We're going to switch it back on the FM. We got like 15 minutes or so left before 10 o'clock. Here we are.
p.m. We'd love to meet you and worship the Lord together.
Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Right now it is 9:44, and it is Friday morning. So if you are taking the time to tune in on Facebook, let me know where you're watching from. If you're listening, in your car or at work, thank you for hanging out. It's already December. This year flew by so quick. I got my friend Joel in studio talking about Nobilitea and just everything else that's going on. At the beginning of this year, where was Nobilitea at, and where, have y'all come throughout this year, and where do you see yourselves going?
The growth has been just unimaginable from the beginning of the year to where we are right now. It's been unbelievable. I don't know if just the word has been spreading around more. I don't know what it is because we personally haven't changed anything that we've been doing. But just the support from the community and all of our customers that have been coming in and trying new teas and been on this crazy ride with us. That it's been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
As far as where we see ourselves going, I think right now we're still trying to kind of peg down what's going. There's still some things that can be fine tuned. We've talked about maybe the possibility of opening a second store, but that wouldn't be just yet. It would be a little bit down the line, but it's always fun to think about what if. And but no, our goals for right now are just keep growing, try and connect with more of the community, and do some of these events, and
cool.
Have a good time, and
see where it goes.
Exactly.
One thing we haven't talked about is everything that y'all offer yet. In this show.
Yes, that's
so
true.
what if somebody's never been before?
All right.
They walk in. What can they expect to see, and then what can they expect to be able to get from you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, we have with the addition of our holiday teas, Christmas teas, and all that, we have over 80 different kinds of teas on the tea wall. We offer an incredible tea tour that our employees will do, or myself or my mom will do, and kind of walk you through step by step. But they're top shelf teas, which are the top of the line best teas that you can imagine from each category. Then we have black teas, which are going to have your most caffeine that people generally adore. Oolongs and herbals and white teas and green teas, and some wellness teas that each kind of serve a different purpose as well. And rooibos teas as well.
Are they still inventing new teas? I feel like they can find something and be like, let's boil it, see what we got. Are they still finding new teas?
I have no doubt. I've seen a bunch of articles and people that are, just what happens if I drink this, and they'll. I mean, it's
not good.
It's not bueno.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I don't know. I don't think there's probably an end to it. There's always going to be people that drink weird things.
Or just mixing stuff together.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about our store. It's like, yes, you can just get this coconut black tea, but also you can blend this coconut black tea with a roasted pecan black tea and have like a whole different infusion of flavors going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so really the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. What's your favorite? I know we've talked about it before, but what's currently your favorite? Is there something you're on right now? And do you switch often?
I do switch often. I switch a lot because I get kind of bored. If I have the same thing over and over and over, it's gonna get boring. Right now, I would say probably my favorite are some of our holiday teas. So we have a mulled wine herbal tea. There's no actual wine in it, but it's going to be like a hibiscus, orange, super Christmassy. It's going to have like cinnamon and nutmeg. and it's really, really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I just add like a single little Truvia in there to kind of cut the tartness because the hibiscus makes it a little tart.
Is Truvia, that's a sweetener?
It's a sweetener.
It's like
yeah, it's a stevia. I don't know if you know.
Oh, yeah, stevia.
Yeah, so I'll add a single packet of stevia in there, and that definitely, that's all it needs. It's so good.
Yeah, you had asked me, you're like, hey, is there any tea one? I was like,
Yeah.
dealer's choice. And you were asking about Ethan, which I sent him a text, and he's probably upset because he hasn't texted me back yet.
I should have been here.
I know, you should have been here, Ethan. But I hope you're having fun, I guess.
I guess.
Out of state. But I asked you, I was like, yeah, anything sugar-free. I try not to drink too much sugar, but, stevia, from what I understand, talking to people who know a lot more about that stuff than I do, is that it is one of the better options for you.
Yeah, and that's kind of why we offer it. There have been a lot of studies on some of the other artificial sweeteners, and some of those might not be as good for you as others. So definitely stevia has proven to be one of the better ones. I think it tastes really good.
Yeah, but tea is healthy for you, right?
Tea is healthy for you.
Yeah. What kind of stuff, like health benefits, can it have?
It really varies. It from person to person. Everyone's body is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of say, there's some teas that are good for headaches. Like red teas have a claim to be pretty good for headaches, but it's not guaranteed. We're not guaranteeing you that if you have a migraine, this red tea is going to make you feel better. It should, but it might not.
And everybody reacts differently.
Exactly.
To stuff. Yeah.
No, it's. Some people come in, and there's definitely a lot of our wellness teas we give out. Like we have a wellness blend that we do for like sore throats.
Mm-hmm.
If you're having a sore throat, we'll do like satiate, recover, and honey. That hot feels amazing on a sore throat. We have another drink actually called the Doctor's Orders, and that is really interesting. It's something that we struggled to come up with, but it's a steamed lemonade with. What is it, like a peach white tea or a peach Bellini, and we add, what's the other tea? I think it might be Egyptian julep, so it's like a minty green tea. So it's gonna have some mint, it's gonna have some peach, and the lemon from the lemonade.
Yeah.
So we put all that, do it hot, and that apparently people adore it, and they say it makes them feel.
It's called Doctor's Orders.
Doctor's Orders.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like it. So let's see. Right now it's 9:50. This is KHEA.com, 99.5 FM. Y'all are located, I have the address right here, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's 11510 Space Center Boulevard, Houston, Texas. Houston's such a big place. Is that sometimes like work against you as far as like if you were like, hey, we're in Clear Lake? I was like, oh, I know where Clear Lake. But if you say in Houston, it's like, where? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. No, it's insane because like, yes, we are technically Houston, but we're also, if you go, I don't know, maybe a quarter of a mile down the road, then it's Pasadena. So
yeah.
We're in such a gray area, especially for like delivery zones, because we do delivery through like Waiter and Uber Eats and all that, and our store is like right in the middle, so it's like not technically Clear Lake, but it's also not technically Pasadena.
Mm-hmm.
But we were able to arrange something so they deliver. But like it's like on that area, that section of Space Center is just like this no man's zone of who owns it.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier about. In the future, potential growth, not right now. Y'all are good at y'all spot, but, that's the plan.
Yeah.
Do you know where, or are you still kind of like researching areas and see what would work?
I think we're still researching areas. I mean, I can list off some cities that like we're giving kind of thought to. It would be like Friendswood, League City, Pearland is a huge one. I think those are kind of the big three right now.
Yeah.
We've also looked in like the Heights. We've looked at a bunch of different places, but so that's kind of where we would be kind of thinking we would go. But no, right now we're kind of just we're happy with where we are. We're happy with how we're doing.
Yeah, and that delivery stuff, that's like the future of people being lazy, like me. Like it's the next level. Like, yes, I want Nobilitea.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to leave my house.
Yeah, exactly.
I will order some, and they will bring it to your door.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so those are awesome services that our customers take advantage of.
Yeah. So we had Brenda mentioning earlier that, hey, I drive, and get some on the way to work. Mm-hmm. Do y'all have a drive-through?
We do have a drive-through, yeah. And all of our teas, everything is available through the drive-through, all the same.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Do y'all ever get into those situations where people are like paying it forward? If there was like two people in line, you know what I'm talking about? Like sometimes at the coffee shops, you'll see that.
Sometimes you will. That's happened before. It happens more when there's an actual line, like a line of people. That happened not too long ago where someone said, you know what, I want to pay for the car behind me. So, and that's totally fine. We love doing that, and it makes everyone feel good. And
is it a hassle sometimes? It seems like it would be tricky. Like, to be honest, you can give me the politically correct answer if you'd like, but I'm just thinking, like, if I'm looking at it, it's like, well, I just ordered, my total's $2.76 or $3, and
yeah.
Hey, yeah, what do they have? Well, there was like $26. I'm just like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
I'll pay $3 if they're but
no, fortunately that hasn't happened yet. But no, we're starting to get into the position where people are ordering like loose leaf, like 2 ounces of loose leaf through the drive-through.
Okay.
So I'd imagine if that were to happen, probably the person saying, I want to pay for their order might not be too happy.
Is loose leaf harder to brew into? Is it a more expensive tea?
No, so like we brew all of our tea from loose leaf.
Okay.
So it's all the same process. You put it in your steeper with the hot water, let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes, and then you have an amazing drink. Cool.
And the people that do work there, you were talking about them earlier, and they're great.
Yeah.
Do they usually have experience working in drinks or food industry, or a lot of them new, or it's a mix?
I'm trying to think. I think we have one. We have several actually right now that do have food experience. Most of our staff actually, is retail experience.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what a lot of the background is. But we don't want you. We'd actually prefer for you not to have a background in tea. We want to be able to teach you ourselves how we do things. That way you don't come in, with any bad habits or anything like that. We can teach you fresh. And usually those are the people most eager to learn as well. So that's definitely teachability, coachability is important.
And retail, working in customer service, that's
right.
How important is that to you guys, the customer service aspect?
Oh, it's everything. Customer service is absolutely vital for us. We don't, you're not going to have the customer base if, you're just being rude and, slamming drinks down or whatever. You want the customer to feel at home, feel comfortable. And that's really what, my whole family has worked on, accomplishing, is creating that atmosphere where people feel safe, people feel welcome. They want to return. I think my mom might have mentioned it before, but we have a little breakfast club, and we have a set of 4, 5, 6 people that will come in every morning, and they'll sit down for 30, 45 minutes before they go to work, and it's really kind of cool to have kind of foster that kind of atmosphere.
Yeah. So I mentioned I was out of town for Thanksgiving, right? So customer service at the airport where I was, for me personally, I don't know if it's the Houston airports, but I don't think, those airports in Houston, they have the best customer service ever. To be totally honest, that's not the thing I think of. When I was in South Carolina, I ran into a person, actually ran into him on the way when we got there and when we were leaving, and I was like, I just have to tell you, you are the nicest person that I have ever met working at an airport, and I appreciate that. I just had to tell you, like, after me and my wife had a conversation, I was like, she was so nice. Like, she was, I don't know, it was crazy.
Yeah. And you never hear that.
No. And I was like, I just have to, she was like, really? I was like, yes, you're the nicest person. And she didn't remember us, which it's whatever. She sees probably thousands of people every day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But that compliment is something that's going to stick with her for a long time. That I can tell you right now, that meant a lot to her.
But she was just as nice on the way back, like there, super nice. Hey, we saw her again when we were leaving and heading out. She was just as nice. I didn't remember us at all, but just as nice. So that was really cool. I was like, she's going places. That makes a difference.
It does.
It makes a big difference.
Well, especially in such a situation where you're already stressed out traveling.
Everybody is. Usually the workers too.
Yeah.
They're not even traveling.
Exactly.
So we're just about out of time, really. Right now it's 9:57. Is there anything else you would like to share? Anything else that you got?
Yeah. So like we mentioned before, we're having the sip and shop on Sunday with Santa. Santa's going to be there from 2 to 4, but the shopping and everything is open from 1 to 5. So come out and see us. The address 11510 Space Center Boulevard, Houston, Texas. So come see us. Come have an amazing time. Bring your family. Bring your kids. And come get some tea.
Cool. Well, again, this is the Madonna, right?
That's the Madonna.
And it is awesome. So thank you for bringing this to me
today.
You're
welcome.
And go get you one at Nobilitea. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Boom. Hey, I'm ending the stream and I'm starting a new one. So y'all stay tuned and look out for that. Here we go. See y'all in a bit.